Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news, reality TV, Jeff Lewis Live. There is a lot going on today, and it is not all great news, especially if you're Karen Uger. Okay, so let's get into it. Hope you're having, a great Wednesday. We have a nice warm day here. I'm so excited. If you saw on my Instagram, I dropped my makeup this morning, so I need to go buy new makeup. But I had just bought like this tinted serum. Didn't no idea what that means. I don't know. It was something I saw on Revlon. I think probably Bethany Frankel recommended. No idea. So I threw that on, and it's doing a little coverage. It's looking like foundation for me. So I don't know. I might just use this up and then wait to see how much color I get in the spring and summer, and then go get matched for my foundation for the summer. So anyways, I'm loving the warm weather. I did have another training this morning for my mentor program. And I got this tiny little duck. Y'all can see my little thing is still there. The fluid buildup, myxoid cyst, whatever. I don't know. I think I'm about to hit my deductible. So a lot of my doctor's appointments and procedures are going to be much more affordable. So I might as well go and see if the dermatologist wants to do something with this. Anyways, thank y'all for hitting the thumbs up button. Make sure to hit the tap the screen over on TikTok or hit the heart, whatever it is on Instagram. I would really, really, really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are new, get comfortable in comments. I love to hear what you have to say, questions, where you're from. It's such a great thing to meet other people and like have meetups. It is so fun. So, okay, let's get into it. I did watch the Matthew Perry documentary last night. The only reason I even knew that it came on is because a push notification came up on my phone, and it literally just came out yesterday. So for me, it wasn't a lot of new information, and there was really no great interviews. Like they interviewed Morgan Fairchild, who played his mom on Friends. They interviewed Hank Azaria, who met him when they were like, Matthew was like 16. He was 21, coming up in the acting world. So there were some, but within the first few minutes, they gave a real big shit to his mom. So kind of blamed her for, abandoning him at 5 for getting on a plane, which you have to understand. Things were different when we were little. Matthew Perry was born in 1969. His parents divorced. I think he lived with his mom in Canada. His dad lived in LA. So yeah, they make a big deal about putting him on a plane as an unaccompanied minor and how terrified he was. And I'm like, I get it, but that was normal back then. I mean, also third graders walked home from school by themselves. They let themselves in the door. They fix themselves their own snack. I mean, they use the microwave. They use the oven. I mean, things were different. So anyways, I didn't love that because I do know that his mom is married to Keith Morrison from Dateline. So we know that, I think, because Matthew Perry is famous, and maybe also because his stepdad is Keith Morrison, this got a lot more attention. And then obviously they are not suing, what do you call it? Going to, 3 of them pled guilty, and 2 are up for, getting in trouble for this, which, I love Matthew Perry. I love Friends. Y'all know this. When Friends came and they had this like experience thing, my sister-in-law and I bought like VIP tickets. It was so fun. Of course, it wasn't the real Friends people, but I love Friends. Watched it in real time. Love it so much. But, I do think of all the other people that have passed away tragically from drugs and alcohol, and the people that, that sold them this stuff and took advantage of them. Like, why are they acting like it was so bad for these people to take advantage of Matthew Perry and see how much money he'll spend and he's an idiot and all this? They're taking advantage of daily people, like everyday normal people, teenagers, children. moms, dads. I mean, everybody, like, no offense, Matthew Perry, you're no better than anyone else. Like, I feel like I wish everyone, every drug dealer, every assistant that puts in medicine, it's kind of like Michael Jackson, some people got in trouble for him, but again, he's famous. You don't hear of like John Smith on the streets, father of 3 who gets caught up from having a knee surgery, gets addicted to opioids. Nobody gives a shit to go after those people that sold him those drugs and got him in deep into his addiction, right? So I don't know. I just, in that sense of it, I didn't love the documentary, and again, it wasn't really much news to me, but I did do a review of it. I think I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's only an hour. It's 1 episode. It's on Peacock. One thing I learned is he was deep in the throes of addiction when this happened. So he was not just getting typical ketamine therapy as some people do. He was getting he got 27 injections within the 3 days before he died. So he was definitely abusing this drug. He was getting it illegally. He was getting people to give it more than he should have been given. His assistant was giving it to him with, when he knew that he was getting to a hot tub. So clearly when he passed away from this, he probably passed out. I don't know. And then of course, the reason he died is from drowning. So anyway, it's an okay documentary, but obviously I do remember where I was at because Diane, shout out Diane from Texas, had won the email notification that she got, that she won a ticket with a guest to go to the Halotini. So we jumped on a Southwest airplane for $600 or $800, whatever was freaking last minute flights cost. And we did go to the Jeff Lewis Live Halotini show. We had, when we came out is when I saw the TMZ notification that he had passed away at like 4:00 California time. So anyways, very sad. Karen Huger is very sad because she is probably in jail right now. She's probably going, oh my God, I had no idea this was going to happen. It was definitely her 4th DUI. It has been confirmed. She apparently got 2 years in jail, but 1 year she'll spend in prison or jail, whatever the difference is. She gets 5 years probation. She had to pay like a $2,900 fine, which is nothing, to be honest. And she won't be able to drive for 1 year after she gets out. So, I mean, I think the DUI, parameters for how much you get in trouble, they can't just give someone life in prison just because it's their 4th. They do have rules on how much they can give them. So I think the most she could have gotten in jail was 2 years. And I think she did get that, but she will only spend the 1 year in prison. And that might be something about, because there's so many people in prison, they don't even have the room for it, right? Like, I don't even know. Yes, where are my keys? You must have missed yesterday because I updated you, or don't check my Instagram. Where are my keys says, oh, wow, her 4th DUI. How did I not know that? I think that has just been coming out over the last few days, but yeah, I've been talking about it for sure. So, yeah. Will this even work? I mean, you hear of people coming out from jail and going back for the same damn stuff. So I don't know. From what I hear, she was very unapologetic, basically saying, look, I was on my way home. I blamed the pills. I mean, I was talking to a friend about my mom's passing, so I was very emotional and crying. You weren't talking about your mother at all in the videos that I saw of you and the police officer being arrested. Like, you were just like, oh, maybe I should have taken an Uber. I don't know. How old are her kids? Somebody look up. I don't have a computer to use because I'm on all of them. It is so hot in this goddamn closet, so I'm opening the door. Okay. Anyways, how old are her children? I'm assuming they're adults, but I don't know. Does she support them? Like her being, she won't be able to be on Real Housewives of Potomac. Like, I don't know. I think that's the max you can get. Kay Kitty says, why only 2 years? I mean, they can't just give her whatever. When you get convicted of something, which she got convicted of 7 of the 8 things that she was up for this last time, from March 2024, her latest DUI. But I would think you would get into more trouble, it being your 4th DUI, but I don't know. know. I don't think she'll serve 3 or 4 months. Somebody said 5 to 8 months is what she'll probably serve. But that's a lot, right? Like, I hope it gets to her. You know what I mean? Exactly. Deborah's like, on the body cam, she took no responsibility, said that she did nothing wrong, told the police officer that she didn't like him. And she was like, do you know who I am? Like, gross. You're nobody. You're a fucking loser who's gotten your 4 DUIs as a grown-ass fucking adult. Louise says, how many adult children does Karen have? I feel like she has 2, but I might be wrong. The fact that she has 0 remorse for driving drunk is crazy to me, Dee says. Right. At least fake it. When you're drunk and you're being recorded, I mean, I think I would sober up real fast if I had handcuffs on me. I don't know. Haven't had handcuffs on me since I was 16. That's a whole other story I've shared with y'all. But anywho, 16-year-olds. But I think I would sober up real fast. But if not, she had a whole season of Real Housewives of Potomac, and I didn't watch it. But it's very clear that she didn't have any remorse then, and she was definitely making excuses. The only reason we know the truth and what an asshole she was, and her husband Ray, is because of the body cams that the police officers wear, right? So Mary says, I like that she told the judge that she went around about this the wrong way. You think? Yeah, you think, but a little too late, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. Sad news. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I'm not a gossip girl. I know. I just never got into the show. I wasn't into the vampire shows, but Michelle, is it Trachtenberg, has passed away at age 39. We don't know why yet, but we know that she had a liver transplant within the last year. So they're assuming it was natural causes, but she was just out and about with her friends Thursday night. So this is very shocking, very unexpected news. So, and I think her mom found her. Did I read that right? Did I read? I mean, just the worst. I mean, oh, God knows I have 5. It is so fucking hot in here. Okay. Anyways, I need a fan in here. Maybe it's menopause. Remember when I had the 2 hot flashes and like last year, and then they just stopped. I'm like, am I in menopause or not? I mean, I still have a period every month. So anyways, if you're a 90 Day Fiance fan, we do know that Tiger Lily is pregnant with baby number 2 with her husband Adnan. I mean, she's like 42. He wants 3 or 4 kids. So it doesn't shock me that she's got literally a baby 5 or 6 months old and she's pregnant again. She's got to whip those babies out, whip them out. So she is pregnant again. People were kind of wondering if she was, oh, her face looks big, she's whatever. And I'm like, y'all, she's pregnant. Like, we know that's what's going on. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, I have no idea really any of these people, except for I used to see Alex Earl. Is Alex Earl the TikTok girl that used to go to University of Miami that would do like all these videos, and then she graduated? Obviously she's dating a football or basketball player. I guess she got a podcast. I guess she and Alex Cooper were friends. All I know about Alex Cooper, she had called her daddy, but now she has Unwell Network on Sirius XM. I don't know. I guess they were friends in real life, and there's obviously some split because now Alex Earl has been released from the Unwell. So I don't understand all of it. So I don't know. May Boo says, never had a hot flash and I'm 52, just mood swings and tired constantly. I don't think I have mood swings. I think just if somebody pisses me off, I just tell them like every day of the month. Y'all are like, oh, you have mood swings. I don't know. I really do think I've never really had mood swings my whole life. I don't know. I'm lucky that way, to be honest with you. I'm just a biatch 30 days out of the week. Out of the month. Am I tired constantly? I don't think I am. I was kind of wondering, since I did Wegovy for 4 weeks, that is semaglutide without any whatever, and now I'm finishing week 2 of the tirzepatide compounded weight loss shot, and through Mochi that I use, it has an extra like medicine in it, like B12, to help with the side effects and the tiredness. So I do think I was a little more tired on semaglutide, but I wouldn't exactly say I had just tons of energy. You know what I mean? So I love that. We could be besties. Where my key says I was born with mood swings. I mean, I was born very strong-willed and very opinionated. So that does not, I can't blame that on hormones. That is just who I am. You know what I mean? Jet says, Sarah is a don't F with me, fellas kind of mood, 365 days out of the year. I mean, I don't think my family would disagree. I don't know. Krista says, do you feel a major difference with mochi? I do not, but they always say to give it like a month. So it's hard. The strongest day that I felt the appetite suppression was the next day after the very first Wegovy shot. I mean, I literally was like, oh my God, this is what people mean. Ever since then, so now it's been almost 6 more weeks, I can definitely eat. I can definitely, have sugar cravings. I can definitely crave certain foods and what have you. I'm not hyper focused on what I'm eating. Like, I'm definitely focusing on protein first. I am lowering my carbs. I am definitely eating less, I feel like, but I don't feel like the scale is moving much. I did cheat and get on the scale this morning. I was 205 pounds to start off with. I think at 2.5 weeks later, I was at 197. I was still 197 today. So that's basically a month later. But I do feel like I look different. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm gaining weight or a muscle. I don't know. Has my taste gone a little? Mine has. No, my food, my taste buds. I taste everything. Oh, I feel your pain, Nick James. He says I've gained 20 pounds. Definitely feel your pain on that one. I definitely gained a lot of weight, especially, in 2024, it started off very rough emotionally. So maybe there was a little emotional eating, a little, you pissed me off eating. I don't know. But I would say in the summer, I took so many of my kids on like all-inclusive vacations. So y'all know drinking isn't my thing, but eating is. And if I've already paid for it, I eat. And so I definitely eat. And then, so I didn't really get to the gym as much because I was pretty much gone on vacation all last summer. And then I come back in Labor Day. Then, no, I had COVID the day I came back from Jeff Lewis, the August Jeff Lewis live event. I had COVID really, really bad. I mean, I never tested, but I'm positive it was COVID. So I wasn't going to the gym for weeks. And then I come back from Labor Day vacation, and the next day I had shingles on my face. And that was really awful. So it was just kind of a combination of like eating and not working out. But it is true. You cannot outrun the diet. And the older I get, I definitely realize as much as I've always loved going on walks and doing body combat, body pump, it does not make a difference if my diet is not in check. And that is definitely why I needed help with the weight loss medication. So anyways, I'm not supposed to talk about the pricing, shoe and makeup girls. I do have a referral link on all of my link trees on all my social media at Sarah from Texas podcast. That as soon as you hit that button, it tells you what the prices are. So I will tell you, Mochi covers if you have insurance, so you can get the brand name from them. All four: Wegovy, Zepbound, Ozempic, what's the other one? Whatever the other one is. You can get all four of the brand names medication through insurance or not, or you can do the compounded medication, the semaglutide or the tirzepatide. Either, insurance doesn't cover that part, through self-pay. So I can tell you semaglutide is in the couple of $100 range, as in two. And the price range for the tirzepatide is a little bit more, but they say that tirzepatide has a second booster in it that helps with more weight gain results. more weight loss results and also less side effects. And also it gives you a B12 component in there that is supposed to give you energy. So I do hope that helps. But also, you get $40 off from using it is so hot in here. Like maybe it is like a hot flash. Like I'm literally sweating underneath my hair, which is disgusting. Anyway, so if you get on Mochi, just push that button. You don't have to type in a bunch of information or numbers or anything, and it will tell you exactly what it costs. So anyways, thank you. She says my insurance does not cover the medication for weight loss. I'll click your link. Thank you so much. Also, the reason I switched to Mochi, everyone gets a referral link. So everybody, you don't have to be, anybody, everyone that signs up for it gets a referral link. So if your own family and friends, if your neighbor, your coworker, somebody on the street says, oh my gosh, you look great. What are you doing? You can say, click my referral link. And if they buy it, you get $40 and there's unlimited. So you can literally end up doing this for your money for free. You know what I mean? I don't know. Jen Helen says, will you go on Zepbound when you hit your deductible? I'll tell you, I was able to give myself the Wegovy shot because it's literally just taking a cap off and putting it in. You don't see the needle, none of that. You don't have to dial up a needle, and you put the air in it, take the air out, all this stuff. But with the compounded medicine, you do get a vial of the medicine and then needles and alcohol swabs, obviously. So my husband does that. My husband jabs me. So he jabs me Thursday nights at 5 p.m. So that's my time to get my jab. I don't think I could do it myself. I really don't. I absolutely did the other ones by myself, but just dialing it up and like he squirts it out to make sure the air is all out. Like he makes sure everything is safe with it. I don't think I would want to do it myself. So I do think I'm going to hit my deductible very soon. And I believe because my insurance only covers it if I am diabetic, which I am not. I get it covered. I get it prescribed to me because of my BMI. I was heavy and I have another comorbidity, which means I had high cholesterol. So anyways, I love it. Anyways, okay. 5 p.m. Krista says my husband jabs me at 5 p.m., not 9 p.m. We're tired by 9 p.m. We're like Jeff says, we're like the grandpa people. Okay. Whoo. How long does a hot flash last? Did I talk myself into getting to a hot flash? I just had my period the other day. I promise you there was a little bit of blood on my toilet paper. Yeah, for people that say I get it. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm in a different, financial situation than some people and all that, but I really think if people thought about their health, their prescriptions they might be on, the lack of enjoyment of life and how much less food they'll spend eating out and all of that, I really think the medication is much more affordable than some people think. I think people still think it's $1,000 a month, $500 a month, and it's not through Mochi. It is definitely in the $200 to less than $300 range a month. But on top of that, if you get in these Facebook groups, if you tell your friends and family, if you're honest with them and say, hey, use my referral link and you'll save $40 and I'll get $40. Like I love using somebody's referral link because it's free money to me, right? Free money to them. Why would I not use somebody's referral link, especially if they've given me information about things? You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. I feel so hot all of a sudden. Oh my goodness. I need a fan. I know, but the fan would make noise and that would be annoying. Trust me. Okay, let's get into Real Housewives. Wait, what was that? Okay, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 14, episode 13. Okay, so I also watched Watch What Happens Live this morning, which had Jennifer Tilly on and Crystal Minkoff, why wasn't Crystal on to promote her podcast, Humble Brag, with Cynthia Bailey? I had no idea. Okay. Jennifer Tilly and Sutton are really good friends. Like they travel together, all these sorts of things. I'm wondering if Jennifer Tilly has met Sutton's mom. Like, if not, then why wasn't she brought on that trip to go meet her mom? Like, I just kind of wanted to see if she was like nervous. Why wouldn't she want somebody that she's traveled with before? Because they're really good friends, and she absolutely defends her on Watch What Happens Live, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I swear to you, I'm not even, you see my hands. I'm not even touching anything. And I'll look down, the mute button is hit. I swear to you. Swear to you. Thank y'all for hitting I am so hot. I'm about to pass out. Oh, she was on vacation when that trip. No, she was on vacation during the 4th of July thing, the party. Maybe she was still on vacation at that time, whenever they went. Yeah. Anyways, what was she talking about? Probably the one thing I don't love about Jennifer Tilly is her talking about the money. Like the brands, everything's a brand, everything is this and that. And I'm just like, we get it. You have money, but I don't even exactly know. I forget. AE says, hit the like button for this hottie. Literally a hottie, like literally a sweating pig hottie. Oh my gosh. Thank you. But she talks about something about Dolce & Gabbana and buying, putting it on layaway. I'm like, I mean, why are you talking about layaway when all you do is talk about how rich you are? It was kind of weird. Okay. Bose, another one that's sort of getting on my nerves with the whole bragging of it all. She has this fertility doctor and her staff, whatever, the machines, like an ultrasound thing, come to her house. And she's like, well, why wouldn't I? I have my waxer come to my house. My nail person comes to my house. My hair person comes to my house. Why wouldn't I have the fertility doctor come to my house? Well, because it's a doctor and they've got lots of other patients. So the fact that this fertility doctor got on the plane and flew from Las Vegas to LA to come to your house to do one exam, it just makes me question this doctor. Like, what are you thinking? Like, why wouldn't you be in your office seeing a lot of other patients rather than going to this one famous person on TV? I just thought it was kind of gross. You know what I mean? Oh, another Mochi question. Tracy says, my insurance will cover the meds, which is awesome. But what does Mochi charge for their program? So Mochi, I think it's a $79 a month program, and that covers your doctor visit. So again, if you go to the doctor, you're going to have to, if you go and make a doctor's appointment, you're probably going to pay at least $79 if you have insurance like I do. But it also pays your dietitian. So you get that included in the price. So yes, you do pay a fee. But I think all of these online ones do a fee. But the good news is if your insurance is covering it, you're winning right there, right? And make sure that you will be qualified for it, because you can't just be 8 pounds overweight and have your insurance cover this. I think they're going to have to, a lot of them are offering, prior authorization. You're going to have certain whatevers, you know what I mean? Yeah. AE says, this baby storyline with Bose is so inauthentic. She's either dumb as hell or this is a joke. I mean, especially if you haven't even said I love you with the guy, and yet you're going to go and make a baby through in vitro fertilization, which is probably going to be at least $40,000 minimum. Yeah, T's like, for crying out loud, she's 47 years old, has issues with being pregnant when she was younger. It's the dumbest storyline ever. Is this as dumb or dumber than Ramona saying that Mario and her were accidentally pregnant? Remember that? Like, and then they end up getting a divorce because he was cheating on her. Oh my God. Oh, good. Oh, I love Dana. Dana, what is her last name? Dana, the $25,000 sunglasses girl from Beverly Hills. I've done her podcast. She's done mine. Did a really good deep dive on Bose. She's not what she appears. Oh, is she marketing herself? Remember, she's the queen of marketing. No. Mabu says, I would never order medication online. It could be anything. But through Mochi, they use verified pharmacies that are under FDA approval or authorization, whatever it's called. So I checked into all of that. So yeah, so there are definitely people selling tirzepatide, semaglutide through pharmacies that don't check that. They're not FDA approved. I'm using the wrong terminology, but FDA authorized. They use pharmacies that are. So I made sure of that with Mochi Health. Anyways, okay. Yeah, AE says it's dangerous. She has a daughter to think about. Yeah, her daughter's only 16 years old and she doesn't have a dad, right? The dad passed away from cancer or something. If she really wants a baby, get a surrogate, easy peasy. Well, and she talks about how she's rich AF, so wouldn't mind that, right? Okay, the caftan, the caviar, the caviar Caspia of it all. Never even heard of it. Don't think I've ever been anywhere that served caviar. No idea what it sounds like it'd be like balls squirting water in my mouth. Like I'm not even sure that I love fish. I love seafood. I love all of that. Growing up, my dad would, he would fish and then he would slice open the fish and he would get these big, long eggs out of there. And then he would wrap it up in cornmeal and we'd eat those. That's what I knew as fish eggs. These look nothing like the fish eggs I grew up with. So I have no idea this whole, exactly. That's why I love Tiffany Chump. Tiffany Chump is like, I don't understand the whole caviar thing. LOL. I don't even think I think if I was out with someone like Jennifer Tilly, Kathy Hilton, let's just for a second, let's just put it out in the world that Kathy Hilton one day is going to invite me to her Christmas party. And I'm going to have a baked potato with caviar on it. Let's just put that out in the universe, right? And that she's also going to do my podcast, Kathy Hilton, Do Sarah from Texas podcast. I think if I was out with someone that was willing to order caviar, I would be like, you know what? Don't order any for me. Just slide me $200 under the table. Like just Venmo me $200 and I will get, chicken fries. You know what I mean? Like I'm good. Like I will drive through Wendy's for sure. Oh, okay. Sarah says caviar doesn't taste it much. I like the red cheap stuff on top of sushi or scallops when I'm being fancy. I mean, I've never even been anywhere. Maybe I've been places that sold caviar, but it's never even crossed my mind. You know what I mean? Oh, Krista, put it out there. Sarah will go to Kathy Hilton's Christmas party. Woo woo. Oh, love lobster. Heather says I would rather lobster for sure. Oh, okay. See, where are my keys? Must be the fancy one of the group. Different fish have different eggs. They look different. Caviar is usually white sturgeon eggs. All I know is I've seen them smush it out of a fish and it was disgusting. You know what I mean? Oh, wait, what? Jet says, I'd rather have Doritos and buttermilk ranch dip. Doritos dipped in ranch? I thought I loved pizza dipped in ranch, but Doritos dipped in ranch? Wow. Okay, by the way, this is how I know the weight loss medication works on me. Today, I was at that training and they offered a free sandwich. They had free chips, free cookies. And then at the end of it, they said, oh, take extra chips, take the cookies. We've got too much. I took 2 packages of the red Doritos, not for me, but for my 2 high schoolers because they love that chip. And I thought, you know what? If it's free, it's for me. But I didn't want anything of it. I ate the meat, I ate the lettuce, and I ate the cheese that was within the sandwich and left the bread and just had that. Yeah. Yeah, anything dipped in ranch. Exactly, K Kitty. No. Sarah says, is it Jenna Lyons? Well, maybe she does. Is it Jenna Lyons that eats caviar and Pringles? It was Aaron Leachy that showed that for the first time. You know what I mean? I love all Doritos. I mean, let's be clear. Food is delicious. Okay, so they go to this. Everyone wears a caftan except for Dorit. She's like, oh, maybe I just didn't read it. But you know what? A caftan really doesn't look good on me. I mean, Dorit is never going to be a size 000 and then wear a caftan. Let's put it that way. She is always going to wear something that is very form-fitting to her 000 body for sure. So Sutton is there. Again, they get into this tiff, if you will, and Sutton kind of jabs at her about her money. So they end up calling her Poor Eat instead of Dorit. Sutton basically says, pick on someone whose wallet fits. I didn't even know what that meant, but I figured it was a jab about, and everyone's like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. I'm like, well, then don't be, to me. I mean, Dorit gets a pass, and yet on the confessional, she calls her an effing cunt. Like, and it just slipped out of her mouth, just like so easy. Like, come on. Like, seriously. I don't know. I am definitely team Sutton on this. I don't like that she put the money thing out there, but let's get real. It's Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They're all going to talk about money. The biggest thing to me about Dorit is acting like you have money and acting like you're better than everyone else and being late because you're being late to an event, which is super rude because you are taking, hair and makeup and pictures and posting on social media when you don't even have money. Like, I really believe. Yeah. AE says Dorit needed to be checked. Like, I'm totally team Sutton on this one. I really am. Wait, what? Oh, the nanny will raise the baby. Oh, you're talking about, but she's young. I mean, she's young, late 40s. She can raise that baby. Ask Anderson Cooper how that turns out. Well, yeah, that's sad. He's got to, but look at him now. Anderson Cooper is fantastic. No, I didn't like the purse joke. I didn't like that, at the 4th of July party that, I don't know these purses. I don't give a shit about these purses, whatever these are, whatever they're called, the Hermes, whatever these purses are, the little bitty $40,000 purses. I think that's ridiculous. But what's ridiculous is Dorit knowing that Sutton walked in with such an expensive purse and she's like taking it from her. And I'm like, this is gross. Like, just say, what a beautiful purse. Oh my gosh, I love this. It's so pretty. Can I just carry it? I just want to see what it looks like on me. But instead she like takes it from Sutton. Like, that was super awkward. You're not best friends. You know what I mean? But so she brings up the money thing pretty well on that. I am moving this camera because for some reason it's driving me nuts that those words are right there. Or I'm just going to get rid of that button. Okay. There we go. Just get rid of that button. Okay. But at the very end, it comes up the pictures of Mauricio and whoever the girl of the season was, because they've already split up, at the airport where she's basically wearing nothing. I think it was like a Moroccan hotel airport or something. I never even thought about why the paparazzi would have been there, like how they would have known they were there. But in hindsight, I mean, my mind is blown. Sutton is definitely like, they definitely tapped, what do you call it? Tipped off these paparazzi. Like, they all agree. And even some of them are like, wait, what? They did? And they're like, well, how would they have known? Sutton's like, I've been to that airport when Jennifer freaking Aniston was there and there was no paparazzi. And they're like, do you think Mauricio? And they're like, oh yeah, Mauricio is tipping them off to show off this whole War of the Roses. And then we know clearly, I've said this since day one. I said this, y'all, when Kyle got caught by the paparazzi getting gas, and yet she's the one that got out when they showed somebody, a female, probably Morgan Wade now, in the passenger side, but the famous person in the midst of this, whole marriage fiasco with her and Mauricio, she gets out to pump her gas. Like, really? And then the paparazzi just happened to be there. Like, now it totally makes sense, right? Jet says Dorit has always been insecure about money, and that's why she wears labels like she's Joan Crawford. I might as well have properly of MGM tattooed on my backside. What is MGM? Oh, is that what Joan Crawford said? Oh, okay. Yes. Shanda says real wealth whispers. Dorit was all about labels. What do they call that? Quiet rich is what they call Sarah Colonna. Like, she's just rich. She doesn't have to talk about all the money. She's just rich. You know what I mean? Yes, Stephanie, we already talked about Karen Huger. Yep. So that'll be coming up next week. Okay. And Watch What Happens Live with Jennifer Tilly, Crystal Minkoff. She actually says that Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was so much fun, but she says it's kind of like a hard massage. Like, you're like beat up, and then the next day you're like, I don't know. Do I feel better? Do I feel worse? Like, was this worth it? So I don't know. I think if she agreed to go and Watch What Happens Live, she's promoting the show. I feel like I'm so goddamn hot. I mean, I am dying. I need some powder. I can see how shiny my face is. If you knew how sweaty under my hair is, I am like dying. Oh my gosh. Wait, Cecily says Karen Ugal will do 3 months and get out on good behavior. Will she have good behavior, though? You know what I mean? Ooh, Sarah did a deep dive on PK. PK? He had about 15 failed businesses in the UK listed, then bankrupt in the UK and the USA. I'm just saying. No, I'm not going to go downstairs and get ice. It's okay, but thank you. Yeah, Tiffany Chump says, I liked her on there. I mean, but again, he says, oh my God, your shoes are beautiful. She's like, oh, these shoes are da-da-da brand. And they one by one put all these crystals on them. Just say thank you. I don't need a brand. I don't need to know how, people spent time putting shit on your shoes. Like, you're not that impressive to me with that. Like, the bragging of Jennifer Tilly is a bit much. And when okay. They played a game and they asked like estimates of what things cost. She knew right away what a pizza costs on the streets of New York. She said $3. Crystal Minkoff said $5. So she was right. But then other stuff, they asked, what's the average mortgage in the US? Okay. So that means, I don't even know where mortgages are low. I'm just going to say Ohio. I have no idea. Don't come at me, Ohio. New York City, LA, Miami, Houston, Nebraska. I mean, everything average. I think the answer was $2,201. And Jennifer Tilly's like, mortgage? What's a mortgage? I'm like, come on. Even rich people have mortgages. It was just kind of gross. You know what I mean? Okay, but tonight is Carl from Southern Charm and Dolores are on. So it's probably a replay. Not a replay. It's probably one they already, it's definitely one they already, whatever, because tomorrow he is going to LA. So it means he's flying out today, Andy Cohen, and taping the Traders reunion. And then the next day he tapes Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. So anyways, I don't know, but she's been famous for so long. Deborah's trying to give her a pass. Deborah says, I think Jennifer is so nervous and she just blurts things out. But I mean, she lives in Hollywood. She's around rich people all the time. I just think it's gross to talk about the brands all the time. And then to say, oh, what's a mortgage? Like, honey, it's 2025. Let's not act like everyone around you probably has. Rich people have mortgages too. Just because they have a house doesn't mean they paid out and out cash for it. You know what I mean? Southern Belle says Dorit is being told the truth because she can't handle folks knowing her fake narrative of being rich is exposed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just don't come on acting like your marriage is everything. You're so wealthy, everything. You know what I mean? Cecily says, who does layaway anymore? Well, apparently Jennifer Tilly with her Dolce Gabbana or whatever it was, jewelry. Anyways, Jet says that game is so fake. Like nobody on Real Housewives is so rich they don't know the prices. They're not oligarchs. Oligarchs, is that what it's called? Or royalty or superstar rich where they never leave the house. I mean, I love that instantly Crystal Minkoff knew what a hot dog and a drink cost at Costco. She was like, $1.50. I'm like, yeah, $1.50. I thought it was only $1.50 in Houston. I thought it was more everywhere else. I thought Houston just had really good prices. And then other people, when I mentioned that a couple months ago, everyone was like, no, I live in such and such and my Costco is $1.50 too. I just thought we had great prices in Texas. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Oh, Heather, good reminder. She says Jennifer Tilly plays poker, like professionally and like wins. Don't buy the don't know the mortgage money routine. It's embarrassing. I mean, I'm fine if she has money. Good for you for having money. But I think a lot of that came from marrying and divorcing after like 6 or 7 years. I'm like, dude, like that's no big deal to be married that long. You know what I mean? Oh, it's $1.50 everywhere. What a good price. Same price in Australia. Wow. Wow. Okay. Sarah says, how would Jeff do at that price quiz? He's a null with money, but you think he knows. What's a null with money? Good with money? Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't know what things cost. Okay. Another day, another screwed up SiriusXM app for me. I had a training from 11:30 to 1. So that means I was on the road around 11:10. I did listen till the first commercial break of today's Jeff Lewis Live. Brittany Haynes and Doug Budem were on. I don't know who she is. She's super cute. I mean, super pretty. I loved her look on the picture. But if I saw her on Amazing Race, I don't remember her. Like, we did used to watch Amazing Race. I totally watched Big Brother. I don't recognize her from Big Brother, but I would probably have to see her from then. So seasons 12 and 14 are a long time ago. She probably looked very different. I would have to kind of figure out who she was then. Like, was she this girl dating such and such? Because this is before she got married, had 3 kids, right? So I don't know her. I didn't know she was famous enough as a reality star to be on Traitors season 3, but love that she's a huge Jeff Lewis Live fan. Now, she doesn't follow me because I did check. I'm like, if you're a big Jeff Lewis Live fan, then you probably know about the Only Fan account. Of course, she doesn't follow me. She's probably a lover. Huge Chump. She was annoying to me the first segment. I think she's just like Susan Powder. I think like a lot of people that go on a show that they're very excited about, just she was talking a lot. I felt like she was asking questions, just inserting herself and like coming on with like, I've got a list of topics to talk about. I'm like, honey, like you're not the producer, like slow your roll. Much more tolerable the rest of the show. And I absolutely wouldn't mind her coming back. She asked some really good questions. She asked some really good questions that I loved. She asked about Scott and the breakup. She asked about if he took the fish. I thought the fish were at his apartment the whole time. I never thought the fish ever came to Jeff Lewis's house. Am I wrong on that, or was she wrong on that? I don't know. She asked about Shane. Remember when he tried to kind of break up with Shane and like we were all devastated and Jeff was like, oh, I did that? Like, I don't even remember. I'm like, yeah, of course you don't remember. We all remember. What else did she ask about? She asked some really good questions that he answered. So it was good. Jeff also gave an update on Susan Powder. He said that the Chumps really came out strong for her and her sales on Amazon went up like crazy. Like I ordered 4 of her books. I'm going to do a book club with 3 of my daughters in college. We're all 4 going to read the book at the same time and chat about it. I encourage everyone to go and buy her book. I forget what it's called. And then M died or something like that. Just Google Susan Powder, Powter's book. And make sure you listen to yesterday's Jeff Lewis Live. It was really good. Do not judge it by the first commercial break, though, because it was really atrocious. I mean, she was nervous. She was chatty. It was a little much. It was kind of like Brittany Haynes today. But then, like I said, I really, really liked her. Will Joseph said, I thought Scott was the one who could not take the drama. Oh, definitely. He didn't like the drama. Remember, he hated all the drama between Gage and Jeff for sure. Oh, thank you. Louise is like, I ordered her book on Kindle because you pushed it. I get my book tomorrow, so I'm going to start reading it tomorrow. Oh, wow. That's good to know. Jet says Susan has 1,000 more followers than yesterday, so that's a start. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Susan. She's like, I love your book club with your daughters. Well, trust me, we've never had a book club, but one of my daughters like reads on her own. The other one has just been so busy getting her master's. I mean, but anyways. Oh, thank you. I don't know what I'm having. I'm very hot. Does a hot flash last 10 minutes? Because I've been hot for 10 minutes. She said, are you having a hot flash? I have no idea. No idea. 3 daughters in college and 2 graduate this year. Yes, they do. So one is and they've, between them both, even in college, even in the honors college, both in the School of Business, they have made 1 B their entire lives between both of them. And that B was in high school in 89. And she could have argued it and she just didn't want to. Anyways, that's 2 of my kids, very smart. But they do graduate in 2025 because one is graduating in 3 years, already has a job offer, fantastic job offer in her field. And then one was a little bit delayed because she is getting her master's and then she will take the CPA exam. So, and she has a paid internship right now that she'll probably most definitely get offered a position there. So of course, at a Big 4. Very excited. No, the remote control fan would make too much noise and y'all would hate that. It is so hot though. Oh, look at that hair. That's awful. Oh, that's awful. I do wish I had a hair clip up here though, for sure. Wait, what? No, it's not that bad, but I am hot. Susan said, yes, my friend had to get her clothes off during hot flashes. She literally not lost her mind. I took her to a very fancy birthday dinner, $450 per person, and she couldn't eat due to strong nausea. I can tell you, my back is sweating. Ugh. Okay, my fan makes zero noise. Okay, maybe I have to get a fan. Y'all are just going to deal with it. Y'all know I'm usually in gym clothes. I just had real clothes on to. I hope so. Well, trust me, I have a wardrobe of amazing clothes. I just need to fit into them, right? I mean, I've already had 3 kids graduate high school, so I definitely have cute graduation outfits. I just need to fit into them for sure. Yeah, I assume the AC's on. Our air comes on, our heater and air just come on automatically. So, but it's not that hot outside. So I don't know that the air or the heater is on. You know what I mean? Wait, what? Wow. Christina says, has anyone seen the bald lady having a hot flash and you could see the steam coming off of her head? Wow. Deborah, Michael Riley, what QVC fan does Sarah need? Exactly. No, I'm not having a heart attack. I don't feel bad at all. Stop it. No, I'll be fine, y'all. I'll just go get out of this freaking dress, right? Yeah, let's have a book club. If y'all all want to read the book, let's all do a book club for sure. Oh, we used to have those wraps around the neck that you put in the ice, the freezer, and you got them wet because I had 2 kids that played outdoor baseball and softball in South Texas. You know what I mean? You talk about some hot day. And plus I live in Houston, y'all. I'm used to 102 degrees for sure. Thank you. Big old dress. I got a lot of compliments on today. I'm like, yeah, because it's a big baby doll dress. It fits me. Okay, back to Jeff Lewis Live. Basically, like I said, Brittany Haynes, huge fan. She was so excited to be on the show, but she really gave Jeff some crap. She was like, look, I'm so glad I got on now because after ChumpCon, it might be canceled. Like you might not have a show. So I'm so glad I got on your radio show now. They all were asking Jeff to do the Traders. Definitely Michael Beck wants him to do it. But Jeff's like, I just don't think it's for me. Like, I don't think the money and the travel and being away from Monroe, being away from all the other things that he can make money, I just don't think it makes sense because there's no guarantee, right? You don't exactly win. And being MJ'd, as we know from season 2, I'd be pissed if I should have won or felt like I should have won and felt like they did, they kind of went around her. But I love that they used the word being MJ'd, right? I think her spray tan is perfect. Like I kept going back to look because they kept talking about how light her spray tan was. And she's like, no, this is the look I'm going for. Y'all, go zoom in on that picture. She's beautiful. Her hair is super pretty. It's not too big. It's not like, Oklahoma hair. She's really pretty. She's really pretty. And like I said, except for the first segment, I really liked her after that. And a lot of y'all are DMing, y'all really liked her. I would love for her to be a regular. I just don't know how feasible it is with her having 3 young kids and living in Oklahoma, right? So anyways, but I guess she's a huge fan. I think she would fly out for it for sure. But even at the end, she had so many questions asking if he would date Bob Harper. Now, I do not see Jeff with Bob Harper at all, but Jeff said, well, yeah, if I didn't have a boyfriend, I would date him. I'm like, no, not a fit. I don't feel like. But the very end, she says, if you could wave a magic wand and reunite with one of the people that you had a feud with, which one would that be? They don't have to agree, but just a magic wand. And she was like, and there's only one right answer. I immediately hoped she was talking about Megan, and she was. She was like, we love Megan. We miss Megan. But Jeff was adamant. I don't miss her. I don't, things happen for a reason. That was a very long friendship. Okay, now I think I'm sweating. Yes, I'm sweating from the backs of my knees. Oh, my God. Now up here isn't sweating. The backs of my knees are sweating. You know what I mean? The Brittany Haynes girl was asking body count hair. Exactly. Okay. Cause the stupid app messed up. Like I said, I listened to it to the first, coffee break, the commercial break. And then I had to pause it for that hour and a half training that I had. Then I go to listen to the rest of it on the drive home, and it was on Andy Cohen. Then it didn't come up till after 2:00 my time, which I go live at 3. So I was so pissed. So I did listen to part of Liz, Rome, and Doug. Jeff doesn't use Monica for his spray tans. I don't think he wants Monica seeing his wiener. So I don't really remember anything else. So if anyone has that, anything else that was said on the show, I missed it. Missed it because of the stupid app. Stupid app. Amazing. How many likes do we have on YouTube? There's 228 people on here. So I hope. Why are y'all so worried about me? Just because I'm hot? Oh my gosh. Do not call 911. Jet, I'm fine. Like, do I need to do jumping jacks for you? Like, I'm good. Trust me. Maybe. Yeah, no way. I mean, he and Megan have been, I mean, he and Monica have been friends since flipping out. Remember, that's how she met, is that he was doing her and her husband's house, George's house. So they're very good friends. They vacation together. Their daughters play together. I mean, yeah, I don't think she wants to see his wiener either. Maybe says, I love Jeff, but I wouldn't want to see his wiener. No. And I think you're pretty much naked when you get a book club or get a spray tan with Jeff. Yeah, Shanda says, let's do a book club and invite Susan Powder to join the discussion. Girl, you ain't got to tell me that twice. Okay, y'all need to email her. Her email is on her link tree on her Instagram at Susan Powder, POWT as in Tom, ER. Oh my God, for sure. AE says, I can't believe they don't fix that app. It's so disrespectful to paying customers. I mean, and why do they need to wait a couple of hours for the show to come up? Like, Andy Cohen Live comes up almost immediately, and I can go listen to it, and then I can fast forward the commercials with the 15 seconds. You know what I mean? Jet says, Sarah, what did you mean on your story when you said finally on the JLL podcast? Because it finally came up, the app. You know, once you don't listen live or pause it, or I did pause it and then it didn't work, it didn't stick, I have to wait. There's no notification either. You can't just get a push notification to say this has come up, right? That's another one of my complaints about the app, is that you can't push a button to get a push notification when it comes up. I used to hate that about the video not doing that too. You know what I mean? No, I'm really good. Hannah says you should definitely take your blood pressure. I'm good. When y'all hear that I died, you're gonna be like, oh my God, she was hot yesterday. I hope so. No, I hope she just manages herself. Bondi says someone is probably going to swoop in and start managing her. No. If anything, I hope she just does it her darn self. You know what I mean? I don't want anyone managing her because I don't like the money she lost on the other one. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're fine. Just hot or a hot flash. I'm also in a closet that has no air. You know what I mean? Like, there's no vent thing in here. So anyways. Raquel says the callers today talked about the video and Tim Johnson was in the studio. So there is hope it will be back. Not according to Jeff. Jeff said, I don't think there's any hope that it's coming back. So, nope, won't be getting my hormones checked either. Not going. Y'all, last time I went to the doctor because y'all thought this was staph and it was a myxoid cyst. And she was like, nothing wrong with you. You're not contagious. You're not going to die. It's a myxoid cyst. So, y'all were right on the shingles though. So thank you so much for that. Because if I wouldn't have gone to the doctor then, woo, exactly. Heather's like, these comments are coming from folks who've never had a hot flash. I mean, do you still have hot flashes if you have a period though? I literally just had a period. I feel like I'm telling y'all like Megan, like I still have a period. Oh, I wouldn't take a pill for this. This isn't bad at all. I mean, I'm good with this because mostly I'm in gym clothes anyways. I don't care if I'm mostly never sweating. Anyways, okay. Well, we are going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for joining live. I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Again, it's another newbie. It's someone I don't even recognize is going to be on Jeff Lewis Live. So I will go back and listen to the second hour. And see if there's anything. Obviously, every time the app messes up for me, something huge happens, but y'all didn't tell me anything. So hopefully, wild yam cream. To do what with it? No. Artist Girl 9, wild yam cream. No, I'm good. I'll just rough it out. I'm good. Who did Zach kiss? I think it was Joey Zalzig. I've always thought that. Anyways, okay. Thank you for joining live. Make sure you follow me everywhere at Sarah from Texas Podcast. If you're listening as a podcast, please scroll down and hit the 5-star rating and review. I would very, very much appreciate it. Bye, Chumpettes. Thank you so much. Bye.